Today we're going to be talking about home inspections. Why do them? Who does them? How do you deal with them? What do you do when they're done? Okay, I'm back. Wanted to chat a little bit today about home inspections, the importance, how they work, and why you should always do one. Once you make an offer on a house and that offer is accepted, when I do an offer, I normally say that the home will be inspected within 10 days and the buyer is the person who contacts a home inspector and arranges that. The home inspection should happen as quickly as possible because that is the first step and that is where things can be tripped up if problems are not taken care of. So once a home inspector is contacted, they will set a date to go into the home. I use a local home inspector. There are tons of home inspectors out there, all very reputable. I use one that is extremely thorough. It's not unusual to get a report that is between 70 and 90 pages long. He takes a ton of photos to help you understand exactly what he's talking about. Now, I always tell home buyers when we get the inspection back, do not panic. Do not look at the first 60 or 70 pages. Look at the last 2 or 3 pages first. That is the summary of what could be a problem with the house. Everything before that is just supporting data, photos, descriptions. It's really the best thing in your interest to do is go over it with your realtor, decide what is critical, which should be listed on the inspection, what is secondary, and what is not a problem at all. Many times, things on a home inspection are extremely minor, and in most cases, half the things on a home inspection are simply recommended to do. An example of that would be a cracked driveway, or things like GFI outlets that are close to a sink that are not converted. Many times homeowners can do those things themselves. Or a switch plate cover that's cracked. I mean, that's easy stuff that you could do ahead of time. You really don't want to ask for everything on the list unless you're sure all those things are critical. Safety hazards are important, and cosmetic things in most cases are important. At the point in which you receive the home inspection, each realtor does it a little bit different. I normally do 10 days to have the home inspected, 2 days after the inspection to tell the seller what you would like worked on. They have 2 days to come back to you with what they will do, and then we have, as a buyer, 2 days to respond and say, okay, we can live with that, or we cannot live with that. It's kind of a negotiation, just like when you win an offer, sometimes you go back and forth, and it's just a process of doing the best you can to get what you want. This is one point, usually the first point, when a deal can fall through. If, say for example, there are 40 things that need fixed on a house, and you request most of them, and the homeowner says, I don't want to fix any of them. At that point, you can walk away. You can say, I don't want to deal with these problems, or there's a problem that's too big for me to feel comfortable living in the home. If you would like to go back to the drawing board on it, many times homeowners that are selling just don't want to deal with it. They're in the process of packing up and moving. They don't have the skills to fix some of the stuff. They don't have the time to call in a vendor to take care of it. In those cases, we can offer for the homeowner to give money back at closing to do those repairs. Another option, which I just did on a home I sold in Mount Washington, is the homeowner is from out of state. He didn't want to deal with any of the stuff. The home buyer wanted to be in the home when things were taken care of. He needed new mechanicals, a new roof. The jacuzzi tub was broken and had to be replaced, and he really wanted to be the person who called the vendors and was there when this stuff was taken care of. In that case, the seller dropped the price of the house significantly to pay for all the repairs. So we held the deal together, we closed, the homeowner moved in, and he is starting to have the things done that he wanted to have taken care of. So I guess that brings us to why even do one to begin with. Even in a new home, there could be things wrong. In new homes, many times there are multiple contractors in multiple trades. Electricians, carpenters, trim carpenters, flooring people, painters, and many times they don't communicate with each other because they're not in the house at the same time. So things get left in the cracks, so to speak. A home inspector can find those things. Most home inspections run between $400 and $500, and it is well worth your money to have it done. And in most cases, the home inspector will also have an exterminator come and do a pest inspection at the same time. That's normally included in the cost of the home inspection. You have to pay that up front. Even if you walk away from the deal, you will have dodged a bullet by paying that money up front, the $400 to $500. It's well worth it in a case where you may find something that you just absolutely cannot live with. In all cases, it's the realtor's job to do the negotiations on home inspection. So in my case, I get the home inspection, I call you, say, let's go over this thing. We go to the back 2 or 3 pages, we look at what all is wrong, we decide on what we want to have fixed. I tell the listing realtor, here's what we'd like to have taken care of. The listing realtor talks to their client, they get back with me, I get back with you, and we move forward. It's a process that can sometimes take a week to deal with it all. In many cases, well, in my case, I think every single time, a bank will not order an appraisal until the home inspection is done and we've worked out all the details to be sure that you're happy with what you're buying. So that answers all your questions about home inspections. If it didn't, please feel free to contact me. Our next video will be up next week, and I will be talking about appraisals. Thanks for tuning in. Stick around and watch another video. Thank you so much.